In this next video, we're going to look at the if function and also the COUNTIF function. Now, the if function is one of the most common of all functions within Excel. The if function is always made up of three statements or three arguments. Now, the first statement or argument is always the condition. Line 2, or the second argument, pertains to if the condition is true. And the third line, the third argument, is if the condition is false. Now, for instance, a way of kind of explaining that, this if function, the three lines of information, we could say our condition is if it is sunny during the summertime. That's our condition. That's line 1. Line 2 is that if that condition is true, then McKenna goes to the beach. Line 3, otherwise, if it's not funny, or rather if it's not sunny, McKenna reads a book. So once again, the condition, if it's sunny, that's line 1. Line 2, if it's true, McKenna goes to the beach. Line 3, otherwise, McKenna reads a book. So to kind of take that into the business world, a lot of times we're dealing with quantity discounts. Okay, and a discount might be given based upon an order size. So for instance, if we have an order size greater than 50, we're going to give a discount of 25% off of the typical sales price. Okay, so this column here is without the discount. So once again, if we have an order size greater than 50, our discount will be equal to 25%. So how we're going to do that is we're going to come up to cell F6. To get our functions, we're going to click on f of x. We're going to click on the if function. And what we can see here are the three arguments, three lines of data. So line 1 has to do with the condition, the logical test. So how we're going to create that first line is that if our order size is greater than 50, what will happen is that we're going to give a discount. And how that discount will be calculated, it would be the typical sales price, which happens to be in C6, multiplied by, and a 25% discount means that it's only going to be 75% of the typical price. Likewise, if you had a 10% discount, it would be 90% of the typical price. Once again, we're going to be given a 25% discount if the order is over 50. So C6 multiplied by 0.75. The third line means otherwise. If it's not the case, if the order is not greater than 50, what we're going to write in here, what happens there is that there will be no discount. So we're going to type in just no discount. So we've got our 3 lines of data. So if the order size, D6, is greater than 50, if that's true, we're going to get a discount, which would be C6 multiplied by 0.75. Now, once again, 0.75 means that you're getting a 25% discount. Otherwise, there's no discount. Click OK. Quickly double left click. We can see our logic and how it's being written out. If D6 here is greater, D6 here is greater than 50, if that's true, it will be this number here, 3765, multiplied by 0.75. Otherwise, there's no discount. Still another way, if you made a mistake when you were putting in that function, and this has to do with all functions. You're clicked in here, you can see what the function is, but an easier way of editing or changing that function is to click on FX. And you get that whole dialog box. So it's much easier to edit or change that function. Looks great. We're going to go to that fill handle. Hold down the left mouse and copy it down. And you can basically see that where it's greater than 50, we are getting a discount. And in those cases where the order size is less than 50, there is no discount. So again, if you want to see what that function looked like, you can click in it. Click on FX. And we have that dialog box for the if function. Next, we're going to do a COUNTIF function. COUNTIF function. The COUNTIF function works by setting some type of criteria and then counting within a range, a cell range, how many instances will you meet that criteria. So, we're going to use this COUNTIF function to determine the number of instances where our order size is greater than 50. Okay? Click on FX. We could type in COUNTIF if the function is not showing, but in this case I've used it recently. But once again, if it were not showing, we could type in COUNTIF. COUNTIF would then be highlighted. Click OK. Our range for the function, we want to count within this range here, the order size. So I'm going to highlight with my mouse. So between D6 and D30, my criteria, what I want to count are those cases where the number is greater than 50. So the criteria, greater than 50. Click OK. Double left click. And it's showing me what my function is. So within that range, D6 to D30, it's all highlighted. Count the number of cases where the number is greater than 50. I said 15, And if you can actually count them up right here, and there will be 15 instances. Thank you.